Hey, what's going on, day ones? This podcast is brought to you by a couple of phenomenal sponsors. First up, we got Rose Vogue Stylings. Ladies, are you in the market for a new purse? What about a new swimsuit? What about some earrings? The folks over at Rose Vogue Stylings, they got you covered. Please go to rosevoguestyling.com. And while you're on the website, please enter in that promo code late night. You want to make sure you're getting all of those amazing discounts. Also, if you are in the market for a lovely timepiece such as the one that I am wearing, please go to blackwatches.com. That is BLAK watches.com and enter in that promo code late night WNate to get another fantastic discount off of quality timepieces. Again, thank you to the folks over at Rose Vogue Stylings and those at Black Watches. Now to the show. Yo, welcome back to your favorite late night podcast that we sometimes shoot during the day. I'm Nate Galloway.
I'm Adrian Brandyberg.
And this is Late Night with Nate and Adrian. And Adrian's favorite part, the MFN bombs.
Whenever it decides to go.
Shout out to the day ones. Extended bombs. Like, subscribe on all your platforms. We appreciate you for being here. Boogie! Excuse me. AKA Bang!
Bombs didn't go off.
They did go off. I heard the bombs, but since Boogie didn't hear the bombs, let's play the bombs again.
Oh, I didn't hear the bombs.
Bombs for Boogie. Probably overkill for Boogie.
Oh, you know. I still didn't hear them, but okay.
Well, I heard them.
Oh, okay.
They blew the fuck up in my ears, and I'm sure when the edits go, you'll be like, "Well, goddamn, there go the bombs." But Boogie, aka Bang Boogie, is in the house. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Yes, I had to, switch it up real quick. All right.
I took my hair back and forth. I took my hair.
Okay. Just a maintenance, cut. So every so often gotta get all right. gotta get the hair straightened out and stuff like that. Always throws me off because you really don't know how big your head is until you ain't know until your hair is like down on flat on your head, and then you realize
until your hair's gone.
Oh no, never that. I
was gonna say, yeah,
not on this end.
You're realizing, like, damn, my head shaped like that.
Yeah, I will say, yeah. When you have big hair, you just don't pay attention to that. You just focus on the hair, and then when your hair is straight, you be like, oh, okay, maybe I should stick with that volume, because the head is a little different. But
is it also a thing though? Is it like big hair energy? Like how do you feel when the hair is bigger versus straight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so used to big hair. I wish somebody would talk to me. You know what I mean? But right. But at the same time, if you know who I am, you can talk to me regardless.
Hey, never had a chance.
Just saying. So big hair or not,
never had a chance.
It wasn't happening that way either way. So
she said, "Big hair or not, don't come over here."
Yeah, I mean, whatever. But outside of that, I'm chilling though. I got to see my mom. And some cousins and some aunts. They slid up to Philly. They cool. They chilling. They drove from Chicago to Brooklyn and stopped by Philly. Okay. And I was like, my mom. I don't know if I said this last pod, but she asked me if I was willing or open to go to on a road trip. I am done with all road trips. I don't want to experience no more road trips.
What? So that was a no.
Oh yeah, she knew darn well not to ask me.
Okay, let me ask you this.
What?
I'm about to cut you off. Go ahead, finish that thought.
No,
This is going to tie
not to ask me.
into.
That's it.
Okay, so what if this is like an RV, like a
No.
luxury, like a Winnebago, y'all out here?
No.
It's
Unless somebody is paying me to drive cross country, I will not be entertaining no road trip excursions anymore. I can't do that anymore.
So is there a story here? Like, what was the ticking point? Like, because I feel
the
like
ticket point,
there's some trauma here.
The ticket point is I drove to Chicago to Philly. That was 12 hours.
Okay.
I drove to New Orleans from Chicago.
Damn.
That was like 14, 16 hours.
You're picking some long distances.
And then the last one in the finality of this, when I knew for sure there was no going back, was when I did, it was like 2.5 days. I drove to Chicago from Chicago to LA.
Damn.
I think I'm done.
Okay.
I think I'm done with all my road trips. We're good over here. Like
questions.
Go ahead.
My bad. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I've done the Detroit. That's 3-4 hours. I've done St. Louis. I've done.
It's like 4 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours. I've done. Chicago, Illinois in general is a long ass state. If y'all don't know this.
Yeah, it is.
So, outside of Chicago, you have nothing but mills and plain fields. Okay.
I've driven through some country ass areas in Michigan, but Illinois, it's just like, God damn, it is boring.
Okay. I'm good. I'm totally fine. I've experienced all I need to experience. The only thing I probably would be up to is if I go to Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come right over here, Michigan, drive.
But even then, I'll fly my ass to Canada.
Okay. Questions here. So on all those long distance road trips, those long distance, were you by yourself?
And I did Memphis. I forgot about Memphis. I forgot about that too. Chicago to Memphis. I did that too. Sorry. So yeah, my bad. Yeah, go ahead. I was not by myself. No, I was not.
Okay.
No, I was not.
Because I was gonna say that does make a difference. But okay, so no more road trips. So did you at least make the effort to be like, Mom, I will fly and meet you there? Or
no, because she also shared with me that they were going to a gospel concert.
Oh, okay. Where's this at? Where's
I don't know. It was in the church. I was like, well, that's not gonna work for me.
It's like, do you not know your child? Yeah, that's where.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? These are all flags that I heard as she was explaining it to me. Because I knew she was going to extend the offer, the invite, because my mother is my mother. Obviously, she want to spend as much time with me as possible. Right. But as I was listening to her explain this, I was like, ding, 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 ding. No, I'm not going.
It's starting to make sense. So it's not so much the trip. It's what's going to happen on the trip. As
to why. No, I'm good. And
she's about to have you at a secondary Baptist missionary.
That definitely felt like a missionary
convention.
Trip. Yeah, man. Like, and they rented out a really big, cool bus or whatnot, and it was
bus.
I mean, a car. Those are like.
I was about to say, Boogie, you about to be on one of them buses with all the other church ladies, like one of them buses.
It was a big. I don't know what it was. It was a 2026. I don't know, but it fit a gang of them. It was 6 of them, and I was just like, man.
Escalade size van.
Yeah, they were very comfortable, and I'm proud of them because it was.
She's like still not doing it.
Yeah, it was aunts and cousins in that motherfucker, and I was just like, Yeah,
What
this
if it's
ain't.
Cashville, Boogie? What if they're going to Cashville, Tennessee? Y'all could, hit up, put your boots on. What if they're going to Cashville? Still no. What if it's in Hawaii? I guess y'all not driving to Hawaii, but I'm
Yeah, I
saying,
was gonna say, who's driving to Hawaii?
I'm
Yeah, I
just
want to see
saying.
that happen. Nah, I'm good. Certain things you have to be, especially at this particular age that we're in.
Yep.
You should be at somewhat sure of yourself of what you can and cannot do.
I cannot. I just, the fact that it is like an Astrovan size vehicle.
Astrovan. No, just go ahead.
This lets me know that they're gonna be either in Memphis, Nashville, Mississippi, Atlanta, somewhere in the South. This just sounds like they're going somewhere in the South, because you also said church and convention. So I'm thinking.
I didn't say convention. You said convention.
Okay, It's in a church though, right?
Yes.
So this is probably a women's meeting. It's definite. You know what this is? This is a Sisters of the Word link up. That's what this is. They probably got shirts. They got a whole little slogan. And your mom was trying to induct you into it. You was just like, no.
You're not about to coerce or lead me, persuade me. No.
Join y'all sisterhood of the Yaya traveling pants.
Not the Yaya. Oh, no.
I'm cultured, Boogie. I know things.
Look at you. Yeah, but that's really that really sums up my week for sure.
But you know what? You know what you should have did though? If you were to go, this would have been Eddie's upon Eddie's. That would have made the trip though. That would have made the trip. Finding, eating an Eddie and then it hitting while you're in church, that's got to be quite the experience. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. No, that's a no. But what's been up with you? How's your week been or so?
It's been chill, man. It's been a D's piece, like a D's piece. Just trying to figure out what this weather is, because it doesn't know what it wants to do. It's like, you can not wear, a jacket or anything, and then boom, 15 minutes later,
psych,
about that jacket. So dealing with that, but it has been just chilling, man. Just a lot of chilling, relaxing, grounding myself. Saw a couple of movies, Sinner, shout out to them. Saw Drop as well, which I do recommend that one. I just been kind of on a movie. It's a movie kind of like about airdropping. And it's in Chicago too. There were some things in that movie where I was like, no way. Just from a logistical standpoint of
going on.
It is.
Let me look this up.
I like to build, Boogie. I like to build. Watching this movie, The Drop, and in this movie, Chicago, Boogie, being Chicagoan, there's no way you're going to get from a restaurant downtown Chicago to not even the north side, not nowhere, in like 10, 15 minutes. And I was like, who the hell made this? I was like, I'm dinging y'all.
Oh,
realisticness of this. You're not leaving. You're in a parking garage, Boogie. She was in a parking garage. One, the Chicago parking garages, you're not speeding through those. Because if anyone has been in a Chicago parking garage, the sides as you're going down. It's like, who's hitting these walls? What are y'all doing? It's just like, what is going on?
You went to go see this movie?
It was actually a really good movie. It was good.
All right. Well,
sometimes you gotta go to the movies and do things. Plus, I had a Fandango gift card, and I was like, not letting this go.
Oh, you one of those guys?
I am. My mom was like, I know you like going to the movies. I know you use that Fandangos. So here you go. So I'm like, yeah, I do be a Fandango. So it wasn't necessarily on my dime. That's why I went to see the Drop.
Got you. Yeah, that makes sense.
But it is a good recommendation, to go see that, and Sinners as well. I won't give my review as of yet because we're going to talk about it. But that's pretty much what I did. It has been a decent piece, and it's the playoffs, Boogie. It is the NBA playoffs. So I have been just like watching basketball. Just like, real sports heavy, the draft, a whole lot of, things have been going on. So I've kind of been, just immersed in all of that. So it's just been, a decent piece.
Nice.
Speaking of decent things, actually, you know what? Let's get to what's pissing me off before we get to talking about decent things. So let's get to it. Boogie, do you know what's pissing me off this week? Because it's been decent, but also at the same time, things that piss me off. And this just actually pissed me off as of, I want to say, maybe an hour ago. So
Okay.
this is fresh on just Nate being, man, I'm a man. Because us men are just angry all the time. Tagless tees. I think I might have talked about this before, but as I was rushing to come, to get on this pod, and I was like, I need a t-shirt, and I grabbed a t-shirt, and I was just like, yo, which way is which? Like, is this the front? Is this the back? Like, what is going on? Like, I know the inside from the out because you can see that part, but I'm like, tagless tees. It's cool when the tag is there, but after a couple washes, the tag goes away. So it really is tagless. And it's just like, which way is which? And then, when you put it on, you think you got it on the right way, you choke yourself. So you're like, obviously, this ain't the right way. So now I got to take this off and then put it on the right way. So maybe, shirt companies just figure it out. Imprint the tag a little better so it doesn't fade after the wash. Something. Come on, cut it out. But also, Red Robin, with y'all funky asses, Boogie, I got a birthday coming up. And, when birthdays come up, you get all these spams of like, free this, free. It is your birthday. Come be with us and we will celebrate you and give you a free meal or whatever. Cool. Everybody is used to this. Red Robin is like, hey, brother, we noticed that your birthday is coming up. Kudos to you for making it on this earth 38 years. You know what? We want to celebrate you. We want to give you a free burger. But in order for you to get this free burger, you got to come in and you got to make sure you have 30 points. And you're 10 points away from a free birthday burger. So come in within the next 7 days and spend yada, 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 and you'll get your free birthday burger. And I'm like, how is it a free birthday burger if I got to come in here and get 30 points? The point system should be exempt from the birthday. Like, what are we doing here? Like, you, Ricky, you know what? You're raggedy bitches. That's what you are. Shout out to my man that played, what's my man? The dude from T.I. and them's uncle in ATL. He played Bubba Gump. Shout out to him. You raggedy bitches. You raggedy bitch.
You raggedy bitch. Yeah, he was on Waiting to Exhale. That's the
not me not knowing this nigga's name, but like, every movie this nigga's been in. Such a black thing. It's just like, I know who
who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about.
Who? He was in this, that, and then this. Oh, that nigga. Yeah,
him. And y'all all don't know his name. You raggedy bitch.
But yeah, Red Robin, y'all some raggedy bitches. Because who does that? And I don't know what's going on. Is it because of the tariffs? I don't know. I don't care. But y'all can't be cheating people with these birthday freebies. Like, it ain't a freebie. I gotta pay for it.
McKelty Williamson.
McKelty Williamson. There you go. Thank you, Bugs, for looking at. We want to give McKelty his propers. Let's give it to it for McKelty. Shout out to that brother. All right. In other, tipping of the hat news, great news. Let's get to it. Bang Boogie. Who are you tipping to?
I am tipping into two fellers, Shador Sanders and his brother Shiloh Sanders. Shador was finally drafted round 5, pick 144. Congratulations. Definitely going to do some big things out there in Cleveland, as well as Shiloh. He was signed as a undrafted free agent at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So shout out to those two young gentlemen. They will definitely be doing some stuff despite all of the madness that is surrounding. Yeah.
Collusion.
Hey man, possibly.
We'll find out.
What about yourself? Who are you tipping to?
You already know, Boogie. There should be no surprise. Even to the listeners, y'all know what it is.
God.
We got a tip too. The Detroit basketball. You know what it is. Pistons got their first win since 2008. They're playing good, man. I'm just happy that they're there. Look very impressive. All right, they should have been up 2-1 or 2-0, 2-1 now.
Are they looking impressive? This nigga here, number 2, whatever his name is, McKinney, whatever.
Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, Cunningham, whatever. He does not pass the ball. That is one thing I have noticed. The few games that I've seen. This man has been taking it to the hole or shooting it himself because he clearly was like, I got to do this.
There was definitely some shots. I mean, when you put up 33 points in the Garden, Boogie, and then you point at Melo, you gotta be like, I'm that nigga. So I mean, maybe you won't pass. No, to your point,
that's why he was pointing at Melo, because he was like, I'm not passing like you.
Hey, Melo was a non-passer nigga. Kobe was a non-passer.
Yeah, that's true.
You ain't getting the ball they got. It's just like, well, clear it out.
ISO.
We know what's about to happen. That's why whenever them niggas did pass the ball to someone, they would always be like, oh my gosh. And they would always miss because they're not used to them passing the ball to him.
That's like, terrible.
Come on. But no, I agree with you. He does need to do that. Also, he needs to be a little bit more aggressive in the final minutes because he was passing the ball out. Schroeder bailed him out in game 2. It's just like, hey, bro, you big game Cade. You got to have the ball in your hand. The final moments. You got to do what you got to do, bro. I will say this much. I think they're going to fight. Before this series ends, someone's going to get punched. There were a couple scuffles. I think it's going to be there. I was just like, well, when Isaiah Stewart comes back, I was like, yeah. You already know he's good for what. He's like, you know what? Let's do it. So, shout out to them. Game 4.
Oh God.
Hopefully, the next time we record, I'll be like, yes, the Pistons have won again. We'll see.
All right.
Excuse me, smokers. No COVID. Moving on. Boogie. You know what time it is. All right, y'all, and it's time to get to and know you cannot use. Up first, before we get to the topics, we have a wrestling and power. Alexis M. Herman was the first African-American Secretary of Labor. She has joined the ancestors in the upper room. So, moment of silence for Miss Alexis M. Herman. All right, as we said, it is news you can or cannot use. The first topic, Shador. As Boogie mentioned, he was drafted in the 5th round, 144. You guys have heard it.
155.
It's pick 144.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's 144.
Okay.
5th round, 144. Okay. As you guys have heard, arguably top 5 pick is what he's projected on many boards. Some projected him top 2, top 3 quarterbacks in this draft. Him, Cam Ward, and I don't know who the other guy was. Who even cares? Wasn't better than those two gentlemen. Cam Ward went number 1 to the Titans. We know what it is. Boogie, how do you feel about the draft. How do you feel about where Shador was picked up at? Going to Cleveland, by the way.
How do I feel about the draft? The draft was clearly rigged, but we knew this already. I don't know what there can be done. There could be done, I should say, especially when the commissioner is. I don't know. He's
White.
on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's best or how. What's the best way to say this? Because of the fact that I
Hold on, Boogie. I got you. Hold on. There you go, Boogie. I got you.
It's just a lot. It's a lot, and I don't want to be that person that always want to bring up race and slavery. But damn it, it's feeling
slavery.
It's really feeling mighty close. It's just a lot of shit going on, and I think there's so much Deion hate in the NFL overall that they are just passing this along when there are a number of fathers and brother siblings in the NFL where this did not go this route at all. But it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. So I'm not worried about them whatsoever, but it does feel a little schemy to me. It feels a little schemy. So
I was looking for my kufi. I couldn't find it. I'm gonna be that person. I'm gonna be Talcum X right now.
Okay.
I mean, you know what it is. Collusion. It's all of those things. Even down to the college kids calling Shador.
Yeah.
How do you get his number when it's a burner phone? Like, come on, well, he purposely got a new number for the phone. So it's like the only way those things can kind of get out are if there's collusion.
Yeah.
And I get where people are like, did those 32 teams need quarterbacks? I understand that.
That's fair.
A lot of times you're going to draft what you need. However, shout out to Franklin Aloysius Mumford. When you have talents that are on the board, such as Shador, when you see people like Lamar in Baltimore, which he should have slid up either, and he didn't stop that far. You take him when you can. Do I think grabbing him at 144 is a steal? Obviously, that's a steal for Cleveland. Still the draft because you still know who he is and what he brings. It's just so many questions where you're like, really? No, none of y'all want to draft him? Pittsburgh? You need a quarterback. You could have drafted him. There's a lot of teams. And then to see so many trash quarterbacks get drafted, let's be real. Dylan Gabriel, he's a dog. He's a good quarterback. But why would you as Cleveland draft him? And that didn't make sense. That was just like, that was a waste. Dart or whatever to the Giants, that was a buzz. Like,
well, we know the Giants are they're just a bunch of
dumbasses.
Yeah.
I'll say it for you, Boogie. So it's definitely some questionable things. You can look at some of the draft tape of some of these guys or the combine tape. It's like, bro, these dudes weren't even hitting the passes. So it's just like, come on. And you just look at it. Shador Jackson, he won there, then went up, say a different league, different level, won there. He was the player of the year in the league. So it's like, cut it out, bro. Everybody's seeing what it is. Stephen A. Smith talked about it. Hell, hate to give this to who I'm about to give it to, but when the fucking sweet potato in the White House tweets out that there's possibilities of collusion, and there were so many terrible things in that tweet that another time we could talk about that. But even when he calls it out, it's just like, come on, y'all. Like, and you're trying to get rid of this resume of racism in this league, boy, oh boy, you guys just step right back into it because It's just like you want to try to humiliate one Dion and Shador. This whole notion of trying to make black people be humble, miss me with that bullshit. Because we know what it is. Johnny Manziel went in there and did what he did. The Mannies did what they did. So you only want certain people to be humble. And some of those little dick white dudes that were in there got so butthurt that pause. So they got so butthurt.
You slipped that shit in so fast.
That Shador came in there and was so confident, and he got more money than you. And you hate white people, just hate it when black people have more money than them, but not just any black people. Young black people have more money than them. You're gonna hate that. And I remember something that my mother would always told me. She was like, "Hey man, no matter you could live in the same neighborhood as them, they gonna hate because you are on the same level as them or doing better than them, and they hate that." That's what it is.
In order to really see change, we do need more people, especially black and brown people, become owners in order to see some form of change. But right now, we are still the minority in this motherfucker. So, and it's not looking like it's going to change anytime soon. But we definitely need to combat that, especially with the fact that damn near 80-90% of the league is black people. So just putting it out there, we need to see some changes. So
he lost $40 million within that slip.
Yeah, I heard that.
$40 million. I mean, I'm definitely happy for the contract that he signed, got a nice signing bonus, that sort of thing. But it's just like, damn, bro. But also, he's gonna go out there. He's gonna ball out.
Yeah, I was like, don't forget what he wants. He wants to play overall.
Not only is he gonna ball out, he's gonna shock a lot of those people. All them people that pass, they're gonna get fired. And I hope
they're not gonna get fired. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna be like, well, we missed. And he's gonna use that as fuel.
And as Dez Bryant was saying, hey man, it's business. Price goes up though. You ain't taking no shorts. He shorted me in this regard, so it's like, nah, man, price goes up.
That's it.
Topic number 2. Everybody has been given their opinion on Shannon Sharpe. Now we're gonna give ours. It's been an avalanche, a blizzard.
All right.
This guy. It's just been just.
Yeah, I was gonna say at this point, it just feels like honestly, we all need to be removed from the chat. We do. We know too much. We know too much.
Shannon recently announced he's going to take a break from ESPN. He says that he plans to return for the NFL preseason. There were some text messages. There were some videos. There's a $50 million lawsuit. There was a $10 million settlement offer. And Boogie, there was mentioning of a big old black baby being put up in somebody. So, where do you want to start at, Boogie? How should we shovel our way out of this snow?
First of all, why am I hearing about big black gravy babies and Michelle, supposedly, allegedly, his ex is coming out with a suit as well. Now we know who Michelle is. Yeah, Shannon, get us out of this. Like, for real, please. For someone that is so quote unquote private, it's been a lot of private stuff that has been shared to us. And as much as I don't want to reference this man, but Boosie said it best. He said, this is why y'all need to stop dealing in the snow. Stop messing with the snow. But there's a lot of jokes going out there in the internet where they're comparing Shannon to Terry Crews's character in White Chicks. And I gotta be honest, it's looking very, very. It's looking like a biopic for me. It really is.
I mean, they said that was supposedly made for Shannon. Like
wow,
I
didn't know
the
that.
allegations was at
I
some
didn't
party.
know that.
Yeah, that's the rumor. So
Hey, well, they picked a perfect man to really replicate that. Honestly, I want Shannon's gonna be fine regardless, but I don't feel bad for the man.
Is he though?
Yes, he got his own. He got his own Shay Shay club that he owns. He may not ever be on national television anymore, but guess what? That's the price you pay with dealing with them snow bunnies.
It's the price you pay when you're in the snow without your skis, brother.
All right. This man out here. Okay. Without your skis. Okay. All right.
Mess with them pink toes.
Oh God.
As James Winston said.
Jesus Christ. All right.
You gotta go let's look for that interview. I forgot who he was talking to. Oh, it might have been when he was in New Orleans, or he was either talking to the players. It was someone he was talking to, like, don't be messed with them pink toes. And the other brother got it too. And it was just like, this is hilarious. There's a lot of things here that are just wild. I think what happens in the privacy of your bedroom, that's your business, whatever you do.
Of course.
A lot of people have kinks and things. Like, I mean, you're going to do what you do. As long as you're adults and consensual, that's cool. But Shannon, a big black baby, like, come on, brother. Like, race play, like, brother. I mean, hey, why couldn't it have been like you and her are like freedom fighters? Why always have to go to the worst ends of it? Why? Like, okay, role playing happens. I understand. But why do you have to get to those levels? And if you want to do that dynamic again, why can't it be like, hey, big black man, you a firefighter, come save me. And I'm in this burning. Why can't it be like that? Why y'all niggas always gotta go to you are enslaved and big black baby? Why does it have to go to that? And also, Shannon, I think you're delusional if you think Mickey Mouse is gonna let you back on ESPN Airways.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen. Like, that's not gonna fly.
Yeah, it's not. It's not gonna fly.
Like, they took down Paul Pierce for less. It's
hey man, I don't know if that I wouldn't call that for less. Paul, that was wild. Okay, that was wild, and he really thought he was gonna keep his job after that.
I'm just saying, though, that was wild. That was very egregious.
This man was really out here talking about, hey, yo. Nah.
I was like, dog, what are we doing? I'm just saying, though, if they cut him and they have let people go for far less, I'm just saying, you're not gonna be back there, dog.
No, it's
just not gonna happen. I think he's gonna lose some money with those sponsors. Yes, he's gonna be okay. You're not,
of course,
but I think this was on the cusp of $100 million deal. I think you're gonna lose a nice chunk of that, bro. I don't think they're gonna give you 100.
And I think that's why, that's why the rumors of him offering girl 10 milli, that's why he was like, well, offer her whatever, because I can't have this out. I need to sign this deal. This deal needs to be done before, let's
How do you feel about the 10 million being offered, though?
I mean, I feel like Shannon has a problem, and he knows he has a problem, but he's not ready to face the facts, to face the issues. So he's just gonna try and silence, the issue until he really wants to get. Honestly, till you hit rock bottom. Well, this isn't rock bottom yet, because but dare I say,
they're gonna find a way to take you to the bottom.
Oh yeah.
It's just one of those things where I'm like, man, if I'm just a freaky ass nigga, I don't give a damn. I'm not paying you $10 million. It's like,
that's just wild to me. That's
wild. We get a little freaky. We do what we do. We're both adults.
Yeah.
I think it's those other things, because it was like, yo, the alleged choking and some of them things on. I was like, hey, bro, like.
She wanted weird. This is all consensual. She wanted this.
It's just like, dog, you gotta move differently. And Shannon is moving like a dude who just got the bag. And a lot of
I don't understand.
Well, a lot of football niggas move this way because they don't have that visibility that NBA or baseball niggas. You got a helmet on. People can't see you. Like, who LeBron is. Who a majority of NBA niggas are, because you can see them. I can't see the nigga with the helmet until he takes it off. So Shannon now is like stepping.
Yeah, but he's been out of his helmet, off his helmet for years.
Shannon ain't been getting the bags like he's getting now. Shannon is that nigga now. That Cat interview really put Shannon into a different stratosphere that I don't think he ain't been there before. That's a level of superstardom where he's just getting that taste. And people warned, bruh. Cat warned him. Monique warned him. It's just like, she's 19, bro. That's some other things where it's like, a long time ago, I said Shannon he's getting into weird territories with how he's talking about women online and just in general. It's like, I'm too old for this. No 50 plus, 30 plus. I'm in my 30s. There's no way we want a 19-year-old dog. Like, what are you doing?
It just doesn't sound right. And his friend, which is up to debate, discussion. His friend Stephen A. was like, I don't get myself in those predicaments.
I don't play in the snow
because I don't engage in those proclivities.
You know what I heard? You know what that all sounds like? That sounds like Stephen A. saying, I might play in the snow. I might dabble, but I got NDAs. That's what that sounds like. Stephen A. sounds like a nigga who covers point A, B to C to Z.
Yeah,
and Shannon,
he doesn't, and I think the main reason why Stephen A. had to say something was also because Stephen A. brought Shannon to Disney, so he was like, "Hey, this is my hire, but I have nothing to do with him."
Stephen A. was like, "I know him for his on-air personalities." What he does in whatever has nothing to do with Stephen A. Smith. But you're right though. Like this is why a lot of people you can't vouch for everybody because
I'm very selective when I be like, I know him. Yeah.
Why? What's it for? Oh yeah, the job. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is also just one of those things. Again, so many people have warned Shannon. And it's not just for Shannon. It's a lot of people. Y'all just
he's a football player. He a thickhead.
Just the CTE is really CTEing right now.
That's what it is. Good point. That's what it is.
Because there ain't no way, dog. And even if this is just like, okay,
maybe he forgot.
I like younger women. What's the cutoff? What's I would think, bro, anything past 10 years, it starts to get kind of sketchy.
That's wild to me. Like, honestly,
come on, bro.
If you want them young, stick to 25, okay?
Even 25 years is still
I know
age gap, or that's where he should start at.
Yeah, because 19 is if you want to go young, 25 I think is okay. Even though that's wild in itself. But I'm just saying, my guy, nobody younger than your kids. How about that?
Literally that. But also, it's just like $25K per cheek. Do I think this is a cash grab? I mean, come on, bro. Like, could he have done some of those things that she's alleged? I mean, two things can very well be true.
Of course.
I'm not saying they can't. When a nigga spends $10 million, that kind of shifts this needle of
that's wild, my guy. Yeah.
Maybe you did some of this. Allegedly.
I would have taken the 10 million. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think a lot of people would have taken it. But also, if you stand to get, 100, why not press? Because I mean, are you gonna get 50? Probably not. But if I want 10 originally, I might be able to get 18, might be able to get 20. You got it. And it's your reputation to play with at this particular point, which is in the dumpster. Cool. Yeah. So I mean, it's unfortunate, but also at the same time, Shannon deserves them lashes.
All right.
I'm just saying, it's dumb. Like, what are we talking about here? And even so, if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna play in the snow, like at least play with age appropriate snow, some snow that looks kind of
probably decent, did, and then he got Michelle out of here. Michelle out here.
Even that situation, there's so much to that situation and her backstory. I'm like, so Shannon, you thought this was a good person to talk to? Like, this goes back to like when niggas be like, y'all gotta learn to pick them better. Nigga, you are one of those niggas, Shannon. You are one of those niggas. Like, bro, come on. You got Sandra Bullock. You got Charlize Theron. There's a lot of white women out here because you like to play in the snow, nigga. There's a lot of white women out here that you could have talked to that are age appropriate. Like, that will let you do your fuckery. Like, what are we talking about here, dog? But also, I don't care if his pockets get tapped. Like, I just don't care. Like, the signs were there. So, hey, man, let it be a cautionary tale.
Yeah, there's too many signs, but
I can tell you this much: you're not going to be back on ESPN.
Oh yeah, I know that for certain.
I'll eat my couch if that shit happens. I'll be like, what?
No, yeah, he's done for. Talk about I plan on returning. Yeah, right, my guy.
Your plans are not ESPN's plans, dog. Yeah. I know a lot of people. Stephen A. gonna be there. Molly gonna be there. Kendra Perkins gonna be there.
Right.
But your ass ain't.
Yeah.
Oh man, let's get to the next topic here.
Which is a great transition for sure, just because it's been a lot of shit happening with her as well. So
on the heels of age appropriateness, Tracy Ellis Ross was on Michelle Obama and her brother. I don't know the nigga's name, so
Craig. Michelle Obama's brother. His name is Craig Robinson.
It just sounds better, Michelle Obama's brother.
Oh, God.
The only Craig Robinson I know is the one with the fro.
I know, the comedian.
The comedian.
God.
So, Michelle Obama's brother. But there were a lot of great takes on this podcast, but there were also some takes that maybe were not so good. Tracy alluded to she to date younger men. I'm paraphrasing here. Men within her age bracket are sometimes stuck in their toxicity.
Yep.
Not willing to change their ways, amongst some other things. Again, I'm paraphrasing, but that is the gist of it. And some people decided to take to Beyonce's internet to be like, that's the same thing as what Trick Daddy said. The hypocrisy. That's the same thing with Shannon and all of these younger blah, 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 blah. So, Boogie, what says you? Is there hypocrisy in what Tracy Ellis Ross said? How are we feeling?
Okay, so Tracy definitely made it a point to share her opinion on why she chooses to date younger. But she did not say that she was dating 19, 20-year-olds. If anything, I think she's probably dating 35, 40. You know what I mean? Not in her generation. That is all she is saying. Right now, the people that are around, the men that are around her age, are stuck in this toxic masculinity, this misogynoir, where men feel as though women have to do this and be this way in order for them to be considered, attractive and appealing to want to court or be in a relationship. And she's just not going for it. She also explained that younger men,
they like to fuck.
she didn't say that. She did not say. Guys, no. She also said that they have more of an open opinion on like sexuality, fluidity. God damn, my God. That they're more open and having different views and
old niggas don't want to be pegged. That's what it is.
Stop. Oh my God.
That's what it is.
Oh my God. I feel like I think a lot of people understood, especially women, what she meant about why she chooses to date younger. But I think a lot of people are missing the mark and saying that's the same thing as Shannon. That's the same thing as them. No, that is not the same thing. That is actually nowhere near close as the same thing. I think the difference is a lot of men want younger so they can control, so they can have that the wealth over them, so they can do whatever they want to, whatever it comes down to their kink or whatnot. No,
under the thumb.
Yeah, and Tracy just wants to be able to talk to niggas and be able to hold a conversation and actually learn something new. Shit. Oh God.
No. Okay. So I think are they in the same vicinity? Okay. Possibly. I think they're in adjoining parking lots.
Okay.
I'll say that. Is there hypocrisy here? Yes, there is. I think the slight saving grace for Tracy is she didn't put an age limit on it. Shannon, you're the 19-year-old. We know what the age limit is for you, bro. Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio, there's an age. He's been public about the age limits. Do I think if you're dating within your age, because younger, like you said, she's what, 52, I believe?
Yeah,
she's in her 50s. So if she's dating, I would say 10 years down, I don't think there's an issue with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, 15 is where I'm like, this is starting to get a little weird. So even for that, if you're in your 50s and you're dating niggas in their 30s, you know what it is. You're there to get your back blown out. Mm-hmm. Like, it just is what it is. And there's still control there when you're dating niggas. Like I said, that 10-year, there's control there because I don't think necessarily they know what's going on, especially in your 30s. If you're a young Thundercat in your 30s and this woman in her 50s, bro, we know what it is. You there, you laying pipe. She's paying you as well in other ways because you're taking trips, especially if you're not someone in their 30s who has bread. Mm-hmm. Not saying this is Tracy, but that does happen. So, like, it is what it is. Look at Cher and the young boy. There ain't no way any nigga would stay with Cher if it wasn't for he knows he's getting $30 million. She already said that she's leaving this nigga $30 million when she leaves. What nigga in their 30s is not gonna stay there?
If I can turn back time,
we all would be over there. Like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm here. I'm doing what I got to do. 30 million at any given moment. Yeah. I don't think that that's Tracy. I do think that she speaks from a place of hurt. You can kind of hear it to a degree. And this is not saying that she wanted children. She's been like, I don't want children. So it's not a child angle, but you do hear it from people. This is not just women, but men also when you find success, but you may not have that partner that you can share that with.
Yeah.
And you just want that family. And family doesn't have to be like kids, but again, family is just your unit. And it sounds like she's had her heart broken, and there may have been those guys that were truly the one, and now you kind of out here in the muck, and it's just like, damn.
Yeah.
I think it's a huge generalization that all the dudes in her age bracket are like stuck in
She
their
also
ways.
said that. She also said that it's not all men. She just said she found, that right then and there, these men, just weren't looking, what she was looking for. So
yeah, I mean, and that happens. I get it. Halle Berry found someone within her age bracket, so don't give up hope, Tracy. But also, Tracy, leave these YNs alone, okay?
Yeah, Halle, she had to kiss a lot of frogs.
Halle had to go through it. She
But
was,
why do we have to go through it in order for us to find that person? Like, why do you have to go through that struggle? Yeah, because we also didn't talk about this phenomenon on this viral conversation with the couple that had.
Are you talking about the pastor couple?
Yeah,
people?
The pastor couple, because that's the same damn thing too.
I mean, that's just stupidity on both of those.
Oh, parts. Of course, it
and
is.
That's control too. Like that's
control. That's
manipulation. That's religious control too. I don't know if that's the proper term of it, but that's what that is too.
Yeah, it is. Why women think they found the right person, but then he's using the word to go really manipulate her into believing that she has to go through all this fuck shit in order for
her to know. My bad, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, go through all of this in order for her to feel like she's at the top of the mountain for them to continue on the relationship.
What scriptures was he quoting? Because Christians, they be misquoting out of context and a lot of stuff. I want to know, what was he quoting to even get her to be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm digging what you're putting down, because there's no way. Even the most like, I've been a Christian for 2 days. This don't even sound right. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah. You're ironing your husband's clothes so he can go out here and be looking presentable for his side piece. In those regards, you deserve whatever you get. I don't think that's the same situation as Tracy. I think that's just, you've dated, you've been out, you've learned about yourself, and it didn't work out, and now you're in your 50s, and it's just like, I still want someone, so I'm giving dating a try, but I'm just not finding it in the niggas in the 50s, so 40s and or 30s. But it's not quite the same as Shannon's, but it's still within the same parking garage. Shannon is penthouse levels of freaky ass nigga, you need your ass whooped, and that's just unacceptable. But you can't go as hard on Tracy as some other people have.
I mean, listen, if it's warranted, go hard, but I don't see it.
Yeah, it's not like what some people have done. It's not like that. But again, there is a hypocrisy that is there. But also it's not to the lengths of niggas. It's not like that, because them niggas, y'all are making the claim for hypocrisy, but not giving any good ground to stand on. Y'all just want to do it so y'all can go so y'all can be like Shannon. That's what y'all niggas want to do. Y'all really,
that's what
cognitively thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's one, like I said, 10 years down, 10 years up, whatever. That's cool, but
yeah,
who wants to slum like that? Like, couldn't be me. But also, these are all learning lessons for everyone. If you niggas and niggettes cannot learn from these niggas in these powers of positions, we're just gonna keep failing at life.
Yeah.
Because my God, how many niggas got to be taken down
All of them.
by buddies for you niggas to learn. And you know what's also crazy about this shit? I see a lot of talking heads like, I guess I gotta get married. Guess I need to like stop cheating on my girl. Guess I gotta, start watching porn more. Like, you could just also not be trash. Like, I mean, you could also just like, if you see the signs of this looks like a cash grab, you could also exit stage left. Like, if you see that you're about to drive off of a cliff, why not stop the car? You niggas like to just, it can't be me. It's not going to happen to me. And then when it happens to you, you're just like, you want to say all this goofy shit. Like, come on, man, cut it out. Cut it the fuck out. Like, stop it. Just dumb. Let's get to the next topic. Sinners. Boogie, have you seen this critically acclaimed movie?
I did see this 100% rated Rotten Tomatoes movie, and I gotta say, I enjoyed it. It was good, but as a person that doesn't like gore,
okay,
yeah, there were a couple of scenes where I was like, all right, guys, what are we doing here? Why
too much on the horror sauce for you?
Just a little bit, but outside of that, I understood. I understand why they did it. Like, I get it. And it was definitely needed. But outside of that, I really did enjoy the movie. Maybe I'm the only person that noticed this, but Delroy had an accent in the beginning of the movie, and nearing the end of the movie, that accent was gone. I don't know if anyone else noticed that, but I thought that was pretty comical in the theater, listening to him try his damnness with a Southern accent and completely leave it alone when they were fighting the vampires.
He's like, I'm gonna be myself. God damn it, it's vampires.
What did you think of the movie?
Before I tell you, what is your rating? What's your
Out
black
of the
thumb
black
rating?
thumbs?
Yes.
I'm gonna give it 3 black thumbs.
3 black thumbs for Boogie on the scale. I loved it. Thought it was a good movie.
Yes.
I think the 100% was accurate. Cinematography amazing. I saw it in IMAX. Didn't know I saw it in IMAX until I got in there. I was like, oh, I bought an IMAX ticket. Cool. Phenomenal. 75 millimeter. The shots were just, I was like, man, as a nigga who filmed a girl, y'all know, I was just, loved it. So that's where my rating is going to be a little bit higher than yours, just because
of course.
Storytelling, amazing. My favorite scene, spoilers, I don't care, you guys should have seen it by now. The music scene, love that scene, tying that back. That was my favorite scene, but arguably, I think that scene that the one that they always show in film school, the one where they show like General Patton in front of the American flag and the montage of like Forrest Gump running. For me, I think that scene is the final scene. Sammy's riding off in the car, and that wide pan of the cotton field. Phenomenal scene. I think everybody did a good job. The accents, I do agree with you on there. It's like, yeah, you kind of had them, then you kind of didn't have them. Some people's were stronger than others. Annie, arguably my favorite character.
Easily.
Loved her. Michael B. Jordan did a great job doing both. Delroy, amazing character. Sammy, that young dude, he about to take off. Like, if he about to be booked and busy, I can already see that.
Absolutely.
This is a 5 black thumbs for your boy. I'll
do 3.5 black thumbs just because. I will say that. but you know, if I had to pick my favorite scene, it probably um I, my favorite scene, uh, it would be, I think it's probably the first initial scene when, you know, again, spoilers, when, you know, Sammy, he, Preacher Boy, he is, you know, they are showing him driving to the church and walking up to the church to his father, where his father's the pastor. And I love the juxtaposition of splicing in, you know, the scenes of, you know, the vampire or the devil or whatnot, as, you know, his father is talking to him. One of you know, and it, you know, and it continues on. You show it, they show it again at the end of the movie, and I think those two are really powerful scenes, as well as the scene in the water as well. I think that's a really epic
That's an
scene.
amazing scene too.
And it you know, it definitely pushes you to watch it again, just because there's so many messages and themes throughout the movie. But yeah, those were probably one of my favorite scenes for sure, as well as other scenes. But can I be honest, that music scene, like I understand why it's there, but I thought it was a little too damn long for me.
She
When
was like,
it
"Why is Africa Bambaataa here?"
I thought it was too long. I thought I love the idea of mixing all the genres and forms together, but I think it was a little too extended. And I love the fact that they incorporated the, you know, Chinese and Asian culture, as well
That
as
was
the
dope.
indigenous culture in there as well. But I honestly thought that scene was a little much for me, little too long, and I didn't get it at first when he, at the end of that particular scene, and he was yelling, and excuse me, Sammy Preacher Boy was singing, and they did a shot, a pan of the shot, to the roof where it was fire. I didn't quite understand that just yet until, you know, they showed the shot of the vampires
The
standing
vamps.
outside, and it made sense that, you know, they were calling him,
The
obviously. So
conjuring of them.
so
There's a lot of symbolism, a lot of history. If you know, you know.
yeah,
I think my rating was a little higher also because of the ownership.
of course, yeah,
Coogler owns it all. Um, excuse me, which that last scene is indicative of owning it all, because I don't think any other studio would have let you just light up a clan member like that. Like, not to that degree. They might show one shot, but to see you unload like that, it'd be like, nah, not with our money.
yeah.
So I think that was dope. I'm not a gore person or horror, so I'll be honest with you. I only went to go see this because it was Cougs
That
and
was it.
my little brother.
That's it. Me too. Agreed. Because
So I was just like,
I was
ugh.
definitely putting my head down in a
Yeah,
couple of
I jumped
scenes.
a couple times. I'm
I
not even
was,
gonna hold you.
hey, look, look, somebody,
I'm a scary ass nigga, okay?
I am definitely scared. Look, there were two young, white tees, I should say, um, sitting next to me, and they jumped a couple times and made me jump, and I was like, I was like, hey man, we not about to keep doing this,
Y'all
and
can't be jumping.
yeah, and then I'm talking about, I'm too scary right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here when I hear the music, because y'all know when something's happened, they have the music and the ominous, you know, scenes or whatnot. My head is down, like, oh, here we go.
Man, you know what? And it's also like, I'm too scary for these things, because I'll
Yeah,
be like, where are the exits at?
yeah,
What if somebody comes
yeah,
up here? And then, of course, I go see it at night, which I'm like, why would you go see this at night?
yeah,
You got to walk to the parking lot and you just like, oh shit, did I hear something? And it's like, yo,
yeah,
nigga, it's a rabbit in the bushes.
yeah,
Like, get to the car. You know, so it's just like, all in all, though, it was definitely a good movie. I will say this. I wish that people will now stop with all their theories. There's some people's theories I'm like, I don't care. Like, honestly, I really don't want to hear white people's theories on this movie. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you're. I don't care. I do not care about your Easter eggs or your theories. Just stop. Give
I
them
don't
some.
mind. I don't mind listening to theories, but again, I'm not listening to non-black people talk about the theories.
Yeah, I'm okay with the blacks, but I'm like, cut it out. But also, some of these theories that people are pulling out, it's like, hey, nigga, you don't know history, and you trying to connect some dots that don't exist. So I don't want to hear everyone's theories for Easter eggs. Let's put a asterisk by that, you know.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it again and fast forwarding spots I don't want to watch. But definitely that.
So you're not gonna go see it again in the theaters, is what you're saying?
Yeah, no. Unless someone wants to go, I'll go see it again. Which I've been pretty on par with the spots when I watched it, and I'm like, I think something's about to happen. Something does happen. I was like, good. I'm glad I'm not looking at it right now. You know what I mean? I did miss a couple spots where I was like, nah, I gotta watch something afterwards just for a palate cleanser because I'm gonna get night terrors in this.
I was definitely popping some corn here. I was like, you know what? I don't need to watch the screen right now.
So
I will say I wish the Native Americans were. This is the filmmaker, the storyteller in me.
They did a little bit more with them,
yeah, because it's like y'all gave the impression of them being like vampire chasers, vampire killers, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, so we just don't hear from them.
We
anymore.
don't hear from them again.
Like,
I agree. I felt like they should have incorporated them in the movie somehow, some way. But because it felt a little unfinished. But I also feel as though they probably did that intentionally. Ryan did that intentionally too. Granted, you know, we don't know if there's going to be a sequel coming, but if he chooses, I can see them bringing them back as well. So
that's a good possibility. I could see that. I did wish that, because you know, old girl, the Asian chick, she was like her
Grace.
daughter in town, Grace. I did wish that they did go into town, because it should have been like, hey, look, man, you got to survive till dawn, and y'all already trying to kill these mofos anyways.
Yeah.
So I just wish there would have, because I feel like everything could have still ended the same way. You killed a Klansman, but there should have been that. To me, there should have been that element of like, okay, we got to save this town, and then
it was 2 hours, my guy.
Cut out some of the early. There was a lot of fillers in there.
Yeah, like, there was a lot of establishing, establishing scenes where I felt as though, they could have, because the climax to the ending was very fast. That happened very fast.
Like that train scene where he was talking to Grace, like, or the white chick, Mary. Mary could have actually shown up at the juke joint. I didn't need to be introduced to Mary during that scene. Get there, get a Mississippi Slim, and get back.
Yeah.
Like, so there were just some certain things where I was like, but oh no, I get it. It was a phenomenal movie. Good thing for the culture, good thing for the box office. So now it's just like, hey, give more Black writers and filmmakers a chance.
Absolutely.
Good stories to tell.
If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Go see it.
Seriously, go see it.
Let's get to, y'all know what time it is. Y'all niggas is tripping. Who's tripping for you this week, Boogie?
My Y'all niggas is tripping is going out to Mr. Anthony Edwards. Anthony was recently fined $50,000 by the NBA for making obscene gestures and using inappropriate language towards a fan during the first game of their playoff series against the Lakers. This happened in the third quarter. Timberwolves won, by the way, but still, there is a video that's out there of him pretty much saying, my schlong is bigger than yours. I have more money than you. Blah 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 blah. Anthony Edwards has been fined just for this season $380,000, including like previous infractions, like from cursing, post-game interviews, and gestures to the officials. Listen, AE, we know you got skills. You know you got skills. We know you are the man. You know you are the man. Stop giving people reasons to dislike you. Stop. Like, all this is unnecessary and very preventable. I want more for you. I get it. These fans be talking trash. They be getting real greasy. I get it. But 50,000 every infraction or whatever have you? Come on, man. Granted, I know that's pennies for you. But still, my guy, you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So let's hold on to every penny that you got. You already paid out 8 million to your baby mama that you clearly don't care about.
Several baby mamas.
I was about to say, you got about 5-6 kids. Don't you want to save that money for them too? Come on, Anthony. Let's do better. Let's try and do better. That's what I think.
You know what's crazy about that, Boogie? It's just like that's a Boogie. You come from roaster. You a roaster. Boogie is a top tier roaster. This is just, to me, that's just a lame roast. Even if you're gonna say I got more money than you, that's the flex. 200 M's. You could have played with that. Dog, telling another grown man that your meat is bigger than his, like,
it's weird.
Come on, Bo. Pause. Y'all having a meet off? Like, what are we doing here? And what so happens here? If homie's meat was bigger than yours, then what you gonna say? Like, dog, that's just a weird conversation to have, bro. Yeah. Like, that is just not something. It's just like, dog. There's also women in front of you. There's kids there, and I get it. You know, they're in an adult arena. I understand all these things. That's just still just a lame response, bro. Like, also, why do you have to say anything back? I get it. Someone's saying something to you. Just hit them a little harder with the gut punch, bro. Like, I'm rich. You broke. You got to go back to the cubicle. Do you even have a job? What is it? Don't matter. I could take your woman. Any of those things would have been suffice. But my meat is bigger than yours. Like, come on, bro. He's moving like a nigga, Boogie, that signed a lot of big contracts, and he just don't care. Because I'm throwing away money. Just throwing $380,000. That's just, dog. Come on, bro. Cut it out, man.
No, seriously. Please. Who you got for your niggas is tripping?
My young niggas is tripping. I mean, he's a half nigga. It's going to the zebra himself.
All right.
Patty Mahomes. He was on video talking about blah, 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 blah. I can't believe you guys let me keep my nappy hair for so long. Blah, blah, blah. Are we surprised? Are we surprised at this point? I mean, the man's wife, fried chicken. Come on, bro. Are we surprised? His brother, his mom, his sister, they're all maggots. Are we surprised? You know, but also, who says this? You know, this is, you know, indicative of, you know, a half-black kid who has a white mama. You know, that's just what this is. This is that white mama syndrome. Is your hair nappy, Pat? No. It's dry as fuck, but, you know, it's not nappy. You know, if you probably would hang around some black people, you know, we could have got you on some sporting ways, hooked you up with a do-rag. You know, you might would have been out here really flexing on them. You know, he might would have been out here. You might have pulled you someone who wasn't going to say fried chicken, you know. But you like to play in that snow. Cut it out, bro. Cut it the fuck out. Like, we knew what it was, Pat. And Pat is just showing us more and more what side he's on. So, you know, go stay over there, bro. Stay over there on that side that likes breadcrumbs on their mac and cheese. Okay? Disgusting. Just, ugh. That's my racist trip.
Yeah, I don't have any. I have nothing to say about this.
I mean, I get it. Pat Mahomes is a loser. Let's get to the
Okay.
final topic.
It's the final topic. It's the final topic.
In things you shouldn't travel with news, TSA officers at the Boston Logan Airport stopped a passenger from traveling with a replica Call of Duty monkey in the check bag. I wonder if it was one of those, you gotta put the car to Harvey. Harvey, it's a bomb. Harvey, Boston. No,
Right.
I was trying.
Right.
I was trying the Boston accent.
Right.
But so on January 5th, TSA officers discovered a toy monkey in the passenger's checked baggage that resembles an improvised explosive device. It says the Massachusetts State Police and TSA explosive unit were called to investigate. Upon closer inspection, the item confirmed to be a harmless toy replica. Just why can't y'all just act right when y'all go to the airport? That could have been shipped. What are we doing? Hey, you know what, Boogie? This was probably a YouTuber.
To see if he could. Yeah.
He was probably going to get on a plane and it's going to be for content. Oh, I'm streaming. Let's see if I got a fake bomb. That's probably what this was.
Y'all gonna get enough of that, because then I feel like a lot of YouTubers, if in case that is the case, they're getting arrested, they're getting real jail time, and they are losing their lives by doing dumb stuff for views. So hopefully this was an innocent mistake that he just forgot about it. But at the same time, how you gonna forget that you got a toy Call of Duty monkey bomb?
Yeah, that's one of those things where I'm like, you knew that was in there, dog. It's not like, oh, I forgot a vape pen in here. Oh, right. I forgot a gun. I mean, you shouldn't forget those things in your bag either. But still, I'm just saying that, like, that's pretty big. Yeah. Also, what else did you have in your bag? Like, right. Come on, dog. Like, where were you? I got so many questions, but it's just like, why you ain't just check your bag? It's just like, dude, sometimes people just do this stuff. You just want to go viral.
I want a reaction.
That's what this is. But also, I'm not trying to go on no fly list. I'm not trying to just make my travel days any harder than what it needs to, because I feel like this is one of them things where they're going to have a conversation with you. Like, hey, get out this line, and you're going to have to go to one of them offices. This ain't just a standard pat down. You missing your flight. Like, this is one of those
you missing your flight. You spent money on a flight.
Like, I just act right, man. This is bus activities. Like, come on, bro. Don't do this in the sky, dog. Cut it out. Cut it the fuck out.
Yeah, I hope people are watching all of these dummies just with every scenario that we've spoke about today. And in general, when you see other people doing dumb stuff, you make it a note. I mean, me, that's what I do. I take notes, and I make a mental note as well to be like, I know what not to do.
Just got to add this to the list of, because like when you go to the airport and they have that long list,
yeah,
and then some of them things you're like, damn, who's bringing knives, bombs,
everybody,
batteries? When you see that, now they got to add fake monkey bombs to that list now, and you're just like, who's doing this?
And y'all know, yeah, and y'all know what monkey toy it is, because it's the one that they always use.
Yeah, that little clapping one. And it's just like,
yeah, come on, yo.
Doing? But also, I will bet my life it's probably a white dude. Because only white people think white is a white dude.
Or they can get away with
guy.
it.
It's a white dude or an Asian guy. How much you want to bet? We're gonna get more information on this. It's probably gonna be an update. It's gonna be local Twitch. That's how much you want to bet. That's probably what's gonna be.
Gosh.
Well, Boogie, we have come to the end of another episode. Before we get up out of here, it's time to get to the nothing blunt facts. It's like, dang, Nate, are you high? Not as much as it should be. I was like, dang, Nate, that was a gut punch. Sometimes you niggas need to be punched in the gut. So here we go. You know what, Boogie? A wise man once said, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing is done. Got to know when to hold them, fold them. Shout out to Kenny Rogers, the gambler.
God.
That is the nothing blunt fact. But also, did you know Kenny Rogers used to have a chicken chain called Kenny Rogers Roasters?
No.
He did. It was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good. It was a chicken chain called Kenny Rogers Roasters. It was kind of like Boston Market. You go in there and get your little roasted chicken meal, and it's just like, wow, this man has hits and he roasts chicken. Like, I feel like that's how you know you are making it in the world when they're like, "What you got all this money, man? What you want to do with it?" You know what? I might want to open myself up a little rotisserie chicken chain. It's the same way they hooked up with George Foreman. You got all this money? Let's make some grills. You know, so. One day I dare to dream to have that kind of money.
Oh, God.
But anyways, this has been a dope ass episode. Shout out to the day ones. Like, subscribe on all of your podcast platforms. Bang Boogie! What you got for the people?
As always, don't forget to smash that bell so you can get notified as soon as our content drops, and to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend that this is your favorite podcast and they should be listening to it as well.
Boogie said it all. This favorite podcast is sometimes shoots in the day. I'm Nate Galloway.
And I'm Adrian Brandyberg.